Hello, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Friday, and we're going to be talking tech in easy to understand terms. So call your friends, get a pencil and pen. We're going to be sharing things that will help you to navigate better. With that, we want you to know that we appreciate everyone watching live and on the replay, as well as those who are in the clubhouse and on other social media channels to which we stream. BizChicks would love for you to be a part of our community, and we'll be talking about that later in the broadcast. But in the meantime, we want you to know that you can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as Clubhouse. So today, we want to welcome you to This Week in Tech. And we always like to get started with This Week in Tech history. So, welcome to Tech Life Weekly. Hi,
Good.
Fran.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. We'll be joined shortly by Miss Terry Johnson online. Hey, all the way from New York City. And if we are blessed today, we might even see Dr. Tachi all the way from Florida, our media social media specialist coming to us today. So with that, let's get this party started. How you doing?
I am doing very well. So,
Good.
a couple of things here.
Mm-hmm.
We got, I mean, there's like all kind of things that we have taken for granted. Um, let's see. Do I want to start with the Apple retail stores? Apple Computer. This is May 15th, 2001. Wow, that was how many years ago? Oh, Apple Computer announces plans to operate a chain of retail stores, opening 25 retail stores in the United States by the end of the year.
Mm.
And that has happened, but that was 2001.
That was 21 years ago, 22 years ago.
hmm
Mm.
Um, at the time, Apple's plan was generally derided by technology experts as doomed to fail. On
Really?
Yeah, and on this, their anniversary date, Apple's retail stores are now considered one of the catalysts to Apple's tremendous growth.
Exactly. People want to know what button to push,
Right,
how to use their apps. Um, and once you have that hands-on hand understanding, you want more.
right. So we're going to journey back in time to 1946. Jack Mullen, an electric engineer and U.S. Army Signal Corps veteran in World War II, gives the first demonstration of a high fidelity tape recording in the United States at an Institute of Radio Engineers meeting in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to demonstrate that a recorded jazz band sounded virtually identical to a live one during this demo, impressing the many engineers in advance. And if you could take a look at, maybe I can show you this. Can I make that bigger? Let me see. This is a huge speaker. I'm talking like huge hi-fi tape. I was like, man, what were y'all using back in the day? Let's see, where am I? Go here. Go here.
Let me stop sharing. Okay.
And then I think I can make this bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this, can you see this? I need to make it.
Yes. Is he rolling something out there? Yeah. It looks like a washing
Yeah,
machine.
it is huge. I was like, what? And that is a hi-fi tape system. I'm like, okay, y'all are doing the most.
You know, my neighbor had something similar to that in their basement. They had the reel to reel, and you know what I mean, and the TV, and he built a cabinet. This was like in the what, early '60s, and yeah, he was really into tech. He was a former Marine, and he just loved that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so behind all those wood cabinets was that those big woofers? What were they?
That's some big something. This is huge. So, May 17th, 1939, NBC carries the first broadcast televised sporting event in history, the second game of a doubleheader baseball game between Columbia and Princeton. Only about 400 TV sets were capable of receiving the transmission, but it was an important first step in the history of televised sports.
Mm,
NBC would later
mhm.
broadcast a Major League Baseball game in August of that year, a college game in September, and closely followed by an NFL game in October.
Mm, mm. Wow. So
Previous, yeah,
1937?
yeah, 1939.
9. Uh-huh. Wow.
Germany had televised parts of the 1936 Olympic Games, but TV sets were not available for sale in Germany at that time, and
How
therefore,
interesting.
right, therefore, viewing was limited to a number of public viewing rooms in Berlin and Potsdam. Okay, so 1936, there was some issues going on anyway.
Okay. Yes.
1936, when Hitler doing
With Jesse Owens.
all of that whole situation was happening.
Oh my gosh. But what I thought was interesting was evidently the signal was limited because they don't talk about the fact that it was broadcast in the US or other countries. They just talk about around the area. Hmm.
Right, but they were, you know, there was somebody was watching it. So
Well,
now,
we had reporters. Yeah.
right. 1943, May 17, the U.S. Army and the University of Pennsylvania sign a contract to develop ENIAC, which would become the world's first fully electronic computer, making the use of vacuum
Mm,
tubes rather than electromagnetic switches. The Army wanted to use this computer to calculate ballistic firing tables in World War II. However,
mm,
ENIAC was not completed until after the war was over and went on to solve complex mathematical problems in the field, such as atomic energy and rocketry. And that is a huge piece of machine, too.
mm, mhm. Yes, everything was very clunky. That's why I say, when you start out with something, don't worry about whether or not it's clunky. It'll refine itself over time.
Just because, the people being in the news, tech companies being in the news, I'm going to do this
Mhm.
one. May
Okay.
18th, 1998, the United States Justice Department and the Attorney Generals of 29 states, plus the District of Columbia, filed an antitrust lawsuit against Microsoft.
Mm,
The case focuses on Microsoft's integration of the Internet Explorer web browser into its Windows 98 operating system. So they just kind of like what they're doing with Bing and putting Bing in their browser now.
yes.
They put Internet Explorer into their Windows 98 system. And the trial becomes one of the most famous events in tech history, eventually resulting in a settlement between the Department of Justice and Microsoft. So, normally in a settlement, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. Don't somebody get paid?
Generally, yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so who got paid?
Maybe they gave them some new equipment. I don't know. I'm sure they probably got a settlement. They probably put it in the treasury.
I'm,
Mhm.
I'm saying, okay, so why the attorney generals and so the Department of Justice got paid? Because I'm thinking
Yes.
got paid in
Yeah.
a settlement.
Well, the individual department doesn't get it. I'm presuming that it went into the treasury. The
Yep.
general
Well,
treasury.
that's what I meant. But
Mhm.
so the government can sue you, and then you settle, and then they get paid. Okay.
Yes, it goes to the general populace,
Yep.
i.e., the budget.
Goes in the pot.
Hmm.
Hmm. And so basically, they said you pay us, and we'll just let this matter go.
And that's generally how things go.
At a May 19th, 1980, at the National Computer Conference in Anaheim, California, Apple Computer introduces the Apple III. It's the company's first attempt at a business computer, its first departure from the Apple II architecture, and it will also become Apple's first real failure. Apple expects the Apple III to be released in July, but in one of the worst cases of delay in tech history, the system wouldn't reach stores until January. Once released, the Apple III would be plagued by component failures that would ultimately lead to large recalls. The Apple III never recovered from its original negative reception and was discontinued by Apple in 1984, which they came out with a personal computer in 1984. Because
Hmm.
remember the 1984 commercial, um,
Mm-hmm.
at the Super Bowl and all of that.
Yeah.
So they had something else cooking. They said, okay, we can just let that go.
Mm.
Wow. So May 19th, 2001, Apple Computer opens the first two locations of their new retail stores in McLean, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. In the first weekend of opening, the stores will attract 7,700 shoppers and will sell a combined $599,000 worth of merchandise.
Hmm.
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 Okay.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
And then I think this will be the final one for history anyway. Apple opens their second store in New York City, a 20,000 square foot shop at the underground concourse of the General Motors building at 767 Fifth Avenue. Okay, now you know they went big on the,
Yep.
it's like, we're going to do this. And it was open 24 hours a day. The shop is visible at street level through a 32-foot glass cube, and it was designed by Steve Jobs. It was it was designed by Steve Jobs, CEO at the time, at a cost of $9 million. People stood in line for hours
Mm.
prior to the store's opening, and I can show you a picture of what that looked like because we don't get to see the glass cube over here.
Mm-mm.
Terry gets to, TJ gets to see it, but we don't get to see in person.
Yep.
Wow. Here we go. I was like, it is interesting how things happen. Can you all see that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This cute. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, I remember
Open
that.
24
It's so
hours.
pretty.
I don't know if it's still open 24 hours a day, but
I'm not sure. To
okay.
check.
Picture it getting up in the middle of the night. I need to go buy a computer.
Well, see, that would be me because I don't want to be
Well,
in there with everybody. I like
right.
the attention, and I
Right.
know that if I get there before
Yeah, you want to avoid the crowd.
all the wonderfulness,
And
I can have
yeah.
as long a conversation as I want. You know what I mean? Because they're bored. They're trying to keep them going to sleep. So
And see, this is a part of 3 a.m. You want to go buy a something, you go buy a something in New York City. But see,
yeah.
now we make it come to us now. Now it's like, oh, I don't want to go downtown. I'll just, get it delivered and it
Mm-hmm.
comes. But that's a part of the experience of living here. Everything is open all the time. So,
24/7.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Nice.
The
yeah.
city that never
And
sleeps.
it never sleeps. It never
You
does.
can go
You can
find
sit
something somewhere.
four
Yes.
o'clock in the morning. You want to visit a museum. If there's that type of museum that's open, you go to it. Or you want to, you know, eating is the biggest thing. Like you could just go downtown and just, eat whatever you like. There's
Yes.
restaurants, they never close.
Nice. I like that idea.
So if you want to do something, you can. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. But
Mhm.
it's available is
Uh-huh. I love
what
it.
the thing is available.
Right. So I think I was gonna try and do something in with starting history. How about that?
Good morning, Mark.
I have a little funny story about that. I was visiting some relatives down south, and it was like I didn't pay attention to the time, and I was like, oh, let's go do something. They was like, what? Everything is closed. I'm like, but it's after 7. I think it was like after 7. I know it was after 7. And I was like, well, let's go. They was like, what? Everything's closed. Everything is closed. Everything is closed. And I was like, okay, I can't live here.
Well, there will be. I
Nice
will
to
not be
visit,
living here.
but I
Right.
got to go. I was like, I think it was, I don't even think it was late.
The
And I
sun
was like,
wasn't even down,
let's
huh?
go do, I said, let's go something. They looked at me like I had 3 heads.
Wow. Well, Mark says next week Terry needs to broadcast live from the front of that Apple store.
Yeah.
This is Terry Johnson online in front of the Apple store. No.
Coming to you direct from New
Coming
York
directly from
City.
New in front of the Apple store. The glass cube is here. As you can see, it's still here, it's still standing.
And the
No.
hours have
Mark has another comment.
he says, this is why I live in a major city. I don't need to indulge in all things late night, but I need for it all to be available. I
Yes,
agree,
that's
Mark.
the key. You don't
Mhm,
have to partake of whatever is going on at 3 a.m., but it's going on.
mhm.
See what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
visited some relatives and they were like, you can't. I'm like, "Oh, there's nothing to do. Where do you go? What do you do? Sit around and look at each other? Like,
Well, have you noticed? Well, I'm not going to say this to be true, but I have noticed in some cities where there's not a lot going on, there's a high degree of alcoholism and
yeah.
and addiction and drug abuse. People are
Yes,
bored.
yes. So I think with my family, the younger members, they like, park somewhere and hang out in a car or play music or in the backyard or and there's
Something's got to
drinks. I
happen.
was like,
Yeah.
this is cool for like the first 20 minutes and like this is all you do? And they go, yeah. Or we go to somebody's house and I'm like, you can have it. So like Mark said, it's not about you going to all of the things because there's so many things. It's just that if you want to do something, time it's not time limited by it's after 7 and they roll the sidewalks up
Hmm.
and you can't
Hmm.
go out. And I'm like, "Mm, no." And then
My
on the
thing
other
is,
hand, there's a lot of people that get overwhelmed with the amount of things that are here. And I'm like, you don't do all the things. It's an all you can eat buffet. Do you eat everything? No, you get a
yeah,
plate and you eat that and you say, "Oh, I'll be back tomorrow and get something different." So that's
there
that's
you
kind of
go.
what it is. So, but I know a lot of people that live like that, and if you're happy with things not being open at 10 o'clock at night, what do you do when you
Clap
need
your
something?
hands.
Yeah, what do you do when you need something?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just
that is a thing.
What do you
I,
do?
I don't know. I've just always grown up in a city. Well, I've had both lives, but I prefer the city. Okay.
I do too, but a lot of people get overwhelmed like, oh, the
Mhm.
lights and the noise and the honking and the this and that. I'm like, you tune that stuff out. I think if I was to go to sleep like down there and like hearing crickets and stuff, that would freak me out
Mhm.
because I'm used to noise and I
Yeah.
know how to sleep through the noise. But absolute quiet where there's like a like a cricket or I'm like, what the heck is
Mhm.
that? And why is it so quiet here? But that's different strokes to different strokes, different
That's
folks.
right.
That's why we have different states, different cities. People can live and choose and do whatever they like. It's great. So
There you go.
I'm with Mark.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
Mhm.
hang on a minute. I was looking for something.
oh, okay.
Okay,
Um, I'm gonna do this one from ESPN. I don't know if you're gonna do the Chat GPT. There's something on Chat GPT, and I don't know if
I
it's in your
got I
web.
got all the chat. Whatever happened this week, I got all of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Okay.
let you have that, and I'm going to talk about the fact that ESPN is thinking. Well, no, it's past that. Um, they're going to put out something called flagship with it, which is streaming, which
Mhm.
should effectively kill off cable.
Yeah, isn't Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus doing like an all-in-one app or something
They
like that?
already have that. So
Uh-huh.
Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Plus is
Mhm.
already in streaming.
Okay, they're already into something.
The
Yeah.
main ESPN that kind of runs the basketball and the major
Right. The
stuff
games.
like
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
they are now going to become a streaming app,
A
Okay.
separate app.
a separate. No, they'll still be part of
Streaming
the Disney
only?
streaming.
It won't
And
be on your cable.
that is the deal. So that's what
Wow.
we're talking about. So if that happens, the cable, that's the anchor store for the
Right.
cable
It
company,
Right.
really
That's the
is.
Sears.
It's the reason why a lot of people keep it because my
because
brother wants to see tennis.
And this reminds me, ABC Disney did something with Dancing with the Stars a few years ago. They took it off of live because it was free TV. Like you turn the channel 7 on the air, and
Yeah.
it was there. Like if you had a antenna,
Yes.
they took it off of that and put it on their Disney app. So you had to get the Disney app if you wanted to watch Dancing with the Stars. But I think they reversed it now. I think these people don't know what they want to do.
right.
Okay.
So Mark is asking a question: will
Go
this
ahead.
eclipse Hulu Live, or is it simply sports? What they're doing is just the sports part of the ESPN will now be streaming, which means because they were losing money. Um, it was the ESPN Plus was launched in 2018, and this new service would be much more comprehensive than
Hmm.
Plus, offering the network's full spectrum of broadcasting, much of which is not available on its current streaming platform. For
Hmm.
example, late night ESPN Plus showed the South Alabama versus Arkansas State game, while ESPN proper broadcasts the Lakers versus the
Mm-hmm.
Nuggets. So still, there's a reason ESPN has been cautious in moving its network to the streaming arena. Cable, while on the decline, is a more reliable business, and ESPN makes a boatload of money on linear TV. ESPN can charge pay TV providers over $9 per month per subscriber per Bloomberg. How y'all
Mm-hmm.
got that many pers in a sentence? And ESPN Plus brings in $5.52 monthly from each subscriber. But cord cutters are going to cut cords. And Disney's traditional TV networks, of which ESPN is the golden child, brought in only 1.8 billion in income last quarter, down from 2.8 billion a year earlier.
Mm.
Okay.
So
That's a big B.
that's it says you don't have to be a media mogul to understand that the move to make ESPN streamable is inevitable, says Bob Iger this month. Bottom line, with live sports serving as a marquee attraction for cable, industry executives predict that ESPN's total embrace of streaming will be the knockout blow that takes out linear TV.
And can you imagine if they offer premier tickets for certain championships?
Mm-hmm.
You
They're
know,
doing
like
that now.
I'm just saying on top, okay, you get the regular service for nine something. And then if you want to see this special game, because we got control of it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can pay you if
Pay
they
per
just
view.
charged 50 cents extra that month.
Well, and it's pay per view. So, like boxing matches,
Yes.
we have ESPN Plus because we have the Disney package. But
Okay.
there's a fight coming up tomorrow night,
Mm-hmm.
which you still have to do the pay per view part of it,
Exactly. The extra.
the
Yeah.
89, 79, whatever it
Woo.
is.
Okay.
If you want to see that particular fight, then you're going
You
to pay
gotta
the
buy a
extra.
ticket.
You
Yeah.
buy a ticket for that.
Okay.
That
Mm-hmm.
is a better model for people instead of the linear TV with the cable.
I think so.
Yeah. So That's your and this is tech history, so that's happening. I will keep y'all or Dr. Tachi, one of us will keep you informed when that happens, because that's gonna make history.
It will. It definitely will. And see, the issue is that I love to talk about Gen Zers. They don't own TVs. They don't want to buy a TV. They watch on a mobile device. So
and that
and even
go ahead.
and even when they're on their mobile device, they can what do you call it, cast it to the TV if they
yes,
want
they
to see
can
a bigger
cast it.
picture. They want to use the TV as a monitor.
And that pattern will continue as they get older. They're not going to switch back and go to cable. They're going to do what they've been doing, which is
they don't even know what cable is. So we're the ones that had to pay for cable. They're like, "What's a cable? What?" And grandma cut the cable so before they were even born. I mean, they're like, cable? What?
What is that?
You'd have to explain that whole thing to them.
That's like that reminds me of the YouTube videos I saw a while back where they put things in front of kids, like they put a VCR in front of them and didn't give them instructions, and they were like, "Well, what is this? What goes in there?" They didn't know what it was, and then like an old rotary phone with the with the dial with the finger in. They didn't know how do you operate this? It was just hilarious. So they would put these old devices in front of them, and they were like, "Well, what do you do with that? It has a slot. Do you put sandwich in there?"
look like a toaster.
Crazy. I was like, it was so funny. So
that's all I got.
There you go.
Wait, Mark said this just in. BizChicks has been banned in Montana. You know, TJ's gonna get to that story.
Yes, we'll get to that story. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Yes. Okay, Terralina.
You know what? I had one little story about Envision glasses, the Google glasses, and how they are helping people who are visually impaired navigate. And I don't know if I can share this, but I'll see if I can get this to work as far as the video. Okay, you guys can see that. Let's see if we can get this video.
And I love
and is
being
it
independent.
These AI smart glasses are helping people who are blind or visually.
You see what's happening with this video when I try to
make it big.
Yeah, there's a button.
Yeah, it's keep popping back though.
Keeps popping back. You know what I mean?
Try it again.
I'll try it again. Okay, here it is. Let me unmute it so
my
we can at least
gadgets,
hear it.
and I love being independent.
These,
and I don't know why it keeps popping back, but we can
audio.
Yeah, we can at least hear the audio.
I'm a bit of a kid in a candy store. I love my gadgets, and I love being independent.
These AI smart glasses are helping people who are blind or visually impaired hear the world around them. They're called Envision glasses, and they can read documents, identify people and objects, and help with navigation. You wear the pair of glasses, but these speak aloud what's around you.
Chicken and pumpkin soup.
With a few simple taps on the side, you can navigate a menu to scan text, identify people, or describe a scene.
1541, Sprinter, Amsterdam Central.
Envision can read and translate handwritten, printed, or digital text in over 60 languages. Karthik Kannan is Envision's co-founder.
What Envision glasses essentially does is just takes in all the visual information that's around you, tries to process that information, and then speaks that out to the user.
Envision is developed on the Enterprise edition of Google Glass. Yes, it turns out Google Glass is still alive. In case you're not familiar, Google first unveiled these smart glasses back in 2013. They were supposed to let people take calls, send texts, snap pictures, and look at maps all from the headset, but they never hit store shelves. A few years later, Google started working on an Enterprise edition of the glasses, which is what Envision is built on. Their wearable and slim design makes them a perfect fit for this use. The glasses have a thin frame and a small camera and speakers on the right-hand side to relay information to the wearer. There's also a touchpad where users can tap to access the menu of features.
So these are the glasses. Do a one-finger double tap to get some information like the time and the battery level and the Wi-Fi and so on.
It is 14:59. Today is Friday, 25 March. Battery level is at 83%.
Then I do a one-finger swipe to go through the different options in the glasses.
Read.
Read. It's basically a category that contains all the different read functionality on the glasses.
Call.
Call is the video calling feature.
Identify.
Identify basically contains all the different identification features.
Find.
Find is where we have all the different find-based features, like if you want to find a particular object in an environment, find people, or just have the glasses speak out every single object that it can see in your surroundings. That's something that you can do with the find. So I'm going to quickly show you how the read category works. I've got a couple of books here with me. I'm going to use the instant text feature to quickly recognize those books.
Home. Read. Scan text. Instant text. Guide. Kawasaki. PR. Of social. Media. And Ted Fitzpatrick. Power Tipso. We're users.
Over the last several years, there's been a handful of other companies that have also created similar products. In 2019, for example, Google launched the Lookout app, which helps people who are blind or low vision identify food labels, find objects in a room, and scan documents and money. Be My Eyes is another app that connects people who are blind or visually impaired to sighted volunteers who can help them via live chat. What sets Envision apart is that you don't have to hold up a phone to get help. The fact that it's a wearable makes it more intuitive since the camera is right next to your eyes. Other headsets like eSight help people with low vision and legal blindness see the world more clearly, whereas Envision speaks aloud what's around someone. Mike May, who's been using Envision for a few weeks, says the glasses free up his hands and make it easier for him to use a cane or walk a dog.
I've been absolutely amazed in walking down a street how much print is in the world that sighted people probably ignore and take for granted if they're not really interested. But I found fascinating. It's narrating nonstop when you're walking down a busy street about signs that are on the side of a bus or a taxi or on the side of a building or on the ground or on a sign. And there's this whole stream of information.
In fact, during our interview, May was in Hawaii and said he brought his Envision glasses to explore the area.
I want to get the scenery mode to tell me what's around and then to go exploring on this resort and find out what's around. And I'll be using the glasses to help with that.
Envision glasses became available in 2020, though the pandemic, of course, made it difficult to reach new customers. But since then, the team's been working to make the glasses more widely available, and people can now get them in 20 countries. You can teach Envision to recognize faces by having people take selfies in the app and then enter their name. After that, the glasses can speak aloud their name when they're in frame.
Looks like Alex from finance.
Another popular feature is Ally, which connects users to their friends and family through private video calls. You can place a call directly from the glasses and get help with navigating public transportation or making a recipe, for example.
They give you this unique first-person perspective of the one that you're actually helping. So the allies can see directly from the camera on the glasses. They can hear the audio from the glasses user as well, and then the glasses user can hear their ally.
May used the Ally feature when he was going to a brewery recently and had a hard time figuring out where to go.
I called up one of my colleagues, Evelyn, and said, what do you see? And she described the environment to me, and she said, oh, there's a sign that says private party. That's where we're meeting. So I pushed through those curtains, went into the room, and then she told me where tables were and just kind of gave me the lay of the land.
Envision is also working on a feature that would let users connect with volunteers through Ally, not just people they know. The company also just rolled out some updates to make its glasses easier to use. Now, if someone holds a document and it's out of frame, the glasses will talk them through how to move that document so they can scan it.
The next feature I want to go ahead and show you is scan text.
Scan text. Move document up or your head down.
So I had the document like pretty much in frame. And then the moment it detected the entire document, it took a picture. It processes, and all of this stuff happens both on device and on the cloud.
From one of the world's leading data scientists, a landmark tour of the new science of idea flow, offering revolutionary insights.
Another recent addition is third-party app support, which lets other developers make their services available on Envision. One of the first partnerships is with an app called Cash Reader, which lets Envision users identify over 100 currencies.
10 Swiss francs. $5 American.
The company is also working on adding voice commands to the glasses. That's slated to become available later this year.
Users will be able to go ahead and use it very similar to how they use it with Siri or Google Assistant, right? Just say, hey, Envision, can you read this? Or who's in front of me, and so on. That makes it even more unobtrusive and even more hands-free than what it is right now.
Now, the glasses do come with a steep price tag of $3,500. You can order them through the Envision website or from one of the company's distributors. You can also opt to use the Envision app, which costs $20 for a one-year subscription or $99 for a lifetime subscription. The app can also scan text and tell you about your surroundings using your phone's camera. Kannan and his co-founder started building the app in 2016 after visiting a school for the blind in India. Several students there said they wish they could go out or read a book independently.
We could see that at every nook and cranny, especially in a country like India, where you don't have a lot of accessibility awareness, right? They felt extremely limited just because they didn't have access to this sort of visual information that's around them.
They started working on the Envision app as a side project, and within months had hundreds of users on the beta version. But their budget ran out, and they thought it was time to move on, so they sent an email saying they were shutting down the app.
The next day, we wake up and we see, I think 400 odd emails, all of them saying, why are you shutting this down? This is what we've been talking to everyone about, and this is exactly what we need, and you shouldn't be shutting this down. And it really made us reconsider. And so that's when we decided to start Envision as a proper company.
They got some help from a local incubator to make it through the early days and quickly launched the app as a subscription service. That helped bring in some needed revenue. Since then, Envision has expanded its team and product availability, and last year raised over $1.6 million to build up its efforts. Looking ahead, Envision's goal is to bring other apps onto the glasses like Ira, which connects people to trained agents who can see what's around them using their phones. Camera. An integration with Envision would mean users could connect to Ira directly from the glasses instead. Envision is also in talks with navigation apps to try to bring their services onto the glasses.
We see what Envision's building, the platform that we're building is sort of this platform that anyone who is in the assistive technology space and they're building apps, they can easily come onto the Envision glasses and build as well.
In the meantime, the glasses are already achieving that early mission of giving visually impaired people their independence.
I do really like the feeling that a kid gets, which, aha, I did it myself.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it makes people independent or helps them to be more independent. And I would even, look, it can help people who are sighted too, not just people who need help. I'm like, oh, hey, wait,
Exactly.
and I can read a book or have the book read to me and what have you. It was really good.
Or have it read documents to me. Like when I put together my living will, I'm going in there, they've got pages that I want to read this page and I can hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really like it.
I mean, and $3,500 is really not outrageous.
Listen, my mother suffered from macular degeneration due to diabetes, and she lost her sight in her late 60s.
Right.
And the fact that they have apps that will tell her how much the bill is, because she went to the school for the blind when she was losing her sight before it happened, and she learned how to organize her life, how to organize her bills, all of that, but if she'd had these apparatuses, wow, that would have cut through a lot for her. And she could have books with her all the time, because they were sending the cassettes. You remember the cassettes? Okay, and I guess at that time that was high tech. Okay,
books on tape. That's what they were. Books on tape. And but this takes the place of a lot of things. I mean, and they're opening it up to work with other people to make it even better.
Wasn't that nice? The allies, so you could have your friend guide you through the room if you didn't have enough specificity, or Yeah.
Right. You just needed, okay, what is that? Oh, there's a cow.
And
and
they
a
can see
turtle.
what you see on their app. Yeah.
Really, I like that. Might
I
need to
thought it
look
was
into
great.
that. I'm like,
It's good to know. It's good to have this information. And I learned about new apps, you know what I'm saying, available.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, okay. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, how tech is helping people navigate even better, because it's been a while since we looked at the Google Glass.
Yeah.
and I'm glad they took the Google Glass and elevated it.
Yes. Yes.
That's cool.
Okay. So that's what I have for you today.
Okay, TJ, you're up. Dr.
All
Tachi is
right.
on assignment, so
No,
Mhm.
Dr. Tachi is not coming in today. So let me, because I was, what I was doing was looking at my notes. They got a little screwy, but I can get through it. It'll be fine.
You
Not,
sure?
not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I think I fixed them. I don't know what happened. Something copy and
Well,
paste went wrong. I
well,
was like,
some
what?
things you already know, like we're going to Montana evidently today.
Yes, we're going to Montana, and it's gonna be fine.
Mhm.
right.
All right, this week on so I can't even get the title. This week in social media news and updates.
Yes.
Yes, for the week of May. What is this? 19th?
May 19th, and I don't know what
Yes,
day we started.
2023, and I've got some. Well, I don't have any Snapchat, so I think I'll start with. Hold on. I'll start with LinkedIn. Okay, so LinkedIn it has added new topic prompts to help creators build their presence in the app. LinkedIn has been rolling out some new analytics tools, dashboard for people that have creator mode switched on. And creator mode is you have to go to your profile, turn it on, and you get access to sending people newsletters and some other things that you can change on your profile.
Oh.
It is free. There's no charge for it. But you have to have creator mode. So they're saying creator mode provides a full overview of content performance as well as the creator specific tools available. So that would be the newsletter. There's a couple other things in there. So they're saying this analytics and tools is on the left side panel of the app. When you have creator mode turned on, it will show you content performance over time and topics associated with your profile, as well as a full listing of the creator elements available to you. So it's LinkedIn Live, newsletters, and call to action links. Those are some of the things you get in creator mode. So here's a
Wow.
quote from LinkedIn. In the conversations happening now section, you'll see a sample of posts that might be relevant to you and your audience. The posts that appear in this section are based on the content you have previously posted and topics your audience might be interested in. You can click on the post to review in more detail and consider reposting them with your own commentary to join the conversation. Okay, so this is also remember they're experimenting with the AI generated post prompts.
Okay.
So this is what's going on with the LinkedIn. All right, LinkedIn. And WhatsApp. WhatsApp now lets you lock and hide individual chats. So they have a new chat lock feature that's designed to give users an additional layer of security for their most intimate conversations. It
Uh-oh.
lets you lock a chat, which takes the thread out of the inbox and put it behind its own folder that can only be accessed with your device password or biometric like a fingerprint. Once you lock a chat, the app will also automatically hide the contents of that chat and notifications. You can lock a chat by tapping the name of a one-to-one or group and select the lock option. To reveal these chats, you have to slowly pull down on your inbox and enter your phone password or biometric. That means your fingerprint, or an iPhone has the
Face. So
face. Yeah. So this is from WhatsApp. We think this feature will be great for people who have reason to share their phones from time to time with a family member, or those moments when someone else is holding your phone at the exact moment an extra special chat arrives. So what do we think going on with this? So in case somebody has your phone and you get an extra special chat that you don't want anybody else to see. What kind of situation would that be?
Exactly. I'm like,
So Meta says it plans to add more options for chat lock, including locking for companion devices and creating a custom password for your chats so that you can use a unique password different from the one you use for your phone. Ooh. Can
this
we
is
think of
getting
any
this.
situations?
This is getting like maybe we got fans only moving over.
Fans, oh, there's cheating going on.
Okay, there's something going on.
I'm saying that's what this is for, because also you can
Oh,
lock
look.
companion devices. So the companion devices is if you have an iPhone, you know it's connected to, and you have an iPad and you have your other computers, they're all connected. So if a notification comes on your iPhone, it also comes on your iPad.
And it comes on anything.
It comes on any, right, it just pops up. So if you don't have your settings correctly, somebody could see that without even opening the device, because the notifications come on the screen. And Mark says, make cheating safe again. If you have a use for this, there you go.
You now have a tool.
There you go.
I'm trying to figure out what tool, okay, there's cheating. But what other use could there be?
You know, let's okay, so we'll get off of that. Maybe a journalist, and you're working on a top secret story, and it's your
so I put all this stuff over here. So
it's your informant, so you don't want anybody to see.
Okay, I'll go with that for journalistic purposes.
Undercover Secret Service kind of stuff you're involved with.
The CIA. Okay, let's try that.
Okay, so let me go up to OpenAI. OpenAI has launched an official Chat GPT app for iOS. I saw this last night. I installed it. I'm so happy.
Now tell me about this again.
Yes.
It's an iOS only app for Chat GPT because Chat GPT is browser based. So before this, I had a bookmark on my phone that I tapped it opened Safari and it opened the page in the browser. With this, all I have to do is use the app. It's an app. Okay, so it's free. It's a free app. It's the first official smartphone app for OpenAI Chat GPT. It's free to use, free from ads. It allows for voice input, and it will. It's initially limited to U.S. users right now.
And what's the name of this app? As I grab my phone, what is
it?
Let me tell you something. There's one that pops up ahead of it. That is not the official one.
Okay, so let me stop and tell you. So whenever you install an app on your phone, you must look at the company that provides it. Don't just automatically install an app because the icon looks the same or it has ChatGPT. So this is the deal. So especially on Android, there's like 1 million ChatGPT apps. But see, they didn't have an app before now. So they came out in November 2022. So November 22 until today, there was not an official app. So anything that you install was not official. Okay, so when you install an app from the App Store, please look at the business name. So ChatGPT is from OpenAI. So the official one will say OpenAI as the company.
Okay.
Anything else that's in there, do not install at your own risk. See, this is where you must keep up with information.
OpenAI. I see. So yes.
I automatically know that, so I knew which one to install. But I'm just saying that I know people don't know that, especially with Android.
And I mean, it's just blaring the first one that came up. Chat on AI chat GPT, and it's got it all plastered everywhere. And I'm like, where is OpenAI?
Yeah, so let me go back to the App Store because see, I automatically go. Let me see what the company is.
Right.
I don't just even if the icon. Oh, that looks like the right icon.
Yes,
that's the graphic. Anybody can put that in when they're doing the app. So I went and I typed, what did I type in? ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT. Yeah. I did that. See, the first one comes up as an ad and it says chat on. It doesn't say ChatGPT.
And then it also has the fact that in-app purchases. I was like, hold on.
Right. There's no such thing with ChatGPT from OpenAI is free, and then they have the ChatGPT Plus, which is the $20 a month subscription. So I like that they said OpenAI ChatGPT, the official app. So when you see that, that's your clue. But if you go through, you'll see a whole bunch of AI chat with ads. So you have to, people have to pay attention. So before you even install, and this is iPhone, it will list the title of the app, and then below it in like a lighter color, that's the name of the company. So if you don't see anything you recognize,
well, this one says OpenAI ChatGPT, the official app by OpenAI.
That's the one.
The one you want.
And it has a black and white logo.
Right.
And see, if you look in the App Store, there's other types of icons that look like ChatGPT, but they're not.
Okay, so.
Okay, Siri, stop. I didn't ask you for all of that. Hush.
I don't know if we can see that.
Yeah, if you look down through here, everybody's got something that kind of looks
they
like
do.
that.
It's similar with it's a green background with circular stuff. There's one with a robot. There's one with circles and so and not just ChatGPT app, anything you install from the App Store, please look at it, especially on Android, because there's every kind of app they're put out by unscrupulous people.
Right.
So things when you install an app on your phone, even if you don't open it, and this is with WhatsApp, when they had the hack a few years ago, that app can investigate what's on your phone. It can look at the data on your phone. I mean, Apple has changed it now, but I'm mostly thinking about Android users. Like, there's tons of things in the Google Play Store that are like confusing, and you just tap the one that looks familiar without reading anything, you might be in a world of trouble.
Okay, because there's no gatekeeper. And
well, Apple does a better job of investigating the apps, and there's more rigorous regulations they have to go through. Android, not so much. So you have to be your own. I'm trying to think. Not investigator.
Your own security.
Security. There's another word.
Filter.
Not filter. Due diligence. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
You have to do your due diligence because when you install the operating system for your phone, in the terms of service, it has all that stuff about we are not responsible for the app that you install on this phone.
Wow.
So don't come to Apple and don't come to Google trying to sue me because I put this app on and it stole all my banking information or whatever it does. It put a virus on my phone. So what? You should do your due diligence, is what Apple and Google is going to tell you. And sit down. You're not getting any money from us.
Mark has a comment. Then I'm going to go down the line. Mark said, "Chat GTL, Gym Tan Laundry." Okay. And then a Facebook user says, "Miss you guys. What is your name? Let us know who you are." Because
StreamYard, there's some settings you have to do.
Right. Just tell us who you are. And then whoever the user is says all apps are doorways to behind the scenes of your phone.
Yep. Not so much on Apple though. They have a little bit more security than that.
And this person says Android is a joke. Sorry, users. Android is difficult. When I saw ads on somebody's phone before you can make a call or before you get to your home screen, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's an app. Oh, that's Carlos. Hey, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos.
Really, Carlos? How you doing?
Correct. All apps are doorways to behind the scenes of your phone. That's why I uninstalled TikTok. I uninstalled CapCut. Anything that was ByteDance is gone. Now, if it's an American based company, I'm not saying they're better. I'm just saying it's an American based company. They're beholden to the laws of the United States. If you put in something from ByteDance, which is based in China, that's Chinese companies, they don't have to comply to any kind of U.S. law. This is why we're talking about the TikTok ban. So it's TikTok, CapCut, and Lemon 8. Those are all ByteDance apps. So I'm just saying, because I hear that argument. Oh, what about this app? What about? Those are U.S. owned companies beholden to U.S. government law. They can be taken to the woodshed, taken to task. You see how they bring Zuckerberg. They just brought Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. He was in front of Congress this week answering questions. So, but they can't do that. They can't really do that with ByteDance. The TikTok CEO only came because they're trying to keep.
They're trying to stay here.
They're trying to stay here. So they're like
trying to pacify us.
He really didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
He really didn't have to because it's not a U.S. company. He could have said, "Oh no, I'm not coming to talk to you people in the government."
And
but they did it
for him.
Right. They did it because if they didn't do it, that's another log on the fire of what are they doing? They're spying on us. Remember, China sent this big bus spy thing, the size of a bus, this spy balloon, the size of a bus, floated over all of the states. Why do you think they're doing that?
Because they're trying to gather info. Oh, and
for fun?
No.
No. We talked about this. I think one of the Tuesday shows I talked about propaganda. People have forgotten that. That was a big thing. It sounds like, propaganda. That's something World War II. They never stopped. 1944, whatever. They never stopped. They want to spy on us. Every country wants to spy on the United States. So ask yourself why it's a big deal. It is a big deal. But to Gen Z, they don't really care. They want their TikTok. They don't care. Okay, so back to this Chat GPT app for iOS only. It will be coming to Android soon. They didn't have a date. In the app, you can switch between standard and GPT-4 language models if you're a subscriber. You'll also get to see your history if you're a subscriber. And it will be synced from the desktop if you sign in with the same account, and you'll have the ability to export data and delete or rename conversations. The new plugins, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, are not on the app. Okay. So speaking of the plugins, OpenAI has updated ChatGPT with internet access. Yes. ChatGPT Plus. This is the key. Plus. That means you're a subscriber. You get access to the chat when you put in a prompt and you ask it, you ask it for a command and it brings you back information. You can now set an option for it to browse the web. But you have to be a subscriber. That means you have to pay them $20 a month. And why is this important? Well, because Bing Chat, their Chat GPT-4 tool, does that. It did it from straight out the box. When they said, hey, here's Bing, you guys can use it. When you use Bing, it was always using GPT-4 plus. That's a big deal. And also it could scour the internet and search the web when you put in a request, a prompt, and it would return your information along with citations from the websites. That was the thing that everybody wanted in ChatGPT. And now they have it, but you have to pay for that privilege. All right, so let's get into some details. Okay, so they're saying you'll get access to web browsing along with other plugins that will add more access to several popular commercial services. So you will have access to, let me see where. Travel services like Expedia and Kayak, grocery shopping app Instacart. Wolfram is some kind of search engine or something. If Carlos is here, Carlos, put what Wolfram is. I forgot what it is. Wolfram Alpha, I think it's called. Restaurant booking app OpenTable, and workflow automation service Zapier. Okay, so those are the things you get connected to your Chat GPT in Chat GPT, the browser version, not the app. So why is that important? If you're searching and you ask ChatGPT something about India, and you're planning a trip to India, you're planning a trip to Rome, or you're planning a trip to wherever, that option to book, because it's connected to Expedia and Kayak, will be there. So you won't have to go outside of Chat GPT and go to another browser and type in Expedia and go,
Mhm.
I'm going to India on these days. It'll be connected when you're inside of Chat GPT. So that was something that people wanted. Also, if you search for a recipe or you want information about a food item, there'll be an option. You have to click it before you make the search. And then it will say, hey, do you want to, put these things in your Instacart? Because you're going to connect your Instacart to Chat GPT on the web.
Right.
All right. So and then the other things. And Carlos, okay, he hasn't put it's Wolfram. I think it's something like a think tank search.
If it's Wolfram Alpha, computational intelligent compute answers using Wolfram's breakthrough technology and knowledge base.
Okay.
Mathematics, algebra, calculus. I'm like, okay.
Right. So remember, a lot of developers and coders use ChatGPT to write codes. I think that's one of the things that they use. Mark has a comment.
Yes, he does. He has jokes here. He says, Chat GPT will tell you the inside story of every restaurant. Who spits in the food, what waiter is sleeping with which bartender, the employees that never washes his hands, etc.
I wish.
I'm telling you, that would be great.
I would love to know that.
Wow.
Who didn't wash their hands? What? That's very important. That's
It's major, girl.
That's food safety. That's very important. Okay, so one more thing about OpenAI. I mentioned this before. So Sam Altman is the CEO of OpenAI. So he was in front of Congress this week. So he, in his testimony, he said that OpenAI models undergo extensive testing and external reviews from experts before their release. And he says that our deployment practices involve cautiously and gradually releasing new AI models with substantial safeguards in place to gradually larger groups of people, making continuous improvements based on the lessons learned. So those are some of the things that is going on with OpenAI and Chat GPT.
Can I add?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bing also has an app in the App Store.
Yeah, you have to be on Android, right?
No, it's in the iOS. In the iOS store. I looked. I'm like, it said Microsoft Corporation. See, I paid attention.
See, you gotta look.
And so Bing does have one in there. Now, Bard does not, but Bing does.
Right. Okay. I see. Yeah, I installed it on my phone and I took it off. Yeah. So if you want to use Bing, you can. I don't remember why I took it off.
Oh no, they wanted to track too. You know, they all add.
Ask app not to track. Flip. So they're not going to track me.
And it says, ask real questions, get complete answers, chat, and create. And this is, and see, that's different than what Chat GPT, OpenAI does.
Right. With Bing, it doesn't save your history. If you accidentally close it, you're done. There's no saving. That's one of the things that Microsoft promised to do. I haven't seen it yet, but that's one of the things that Microsoft has promised, because if you, and I've done it a couple times, accidentally closed something. I was like, oh, well, I lost it. So now you got to ask to get it again. But remember, you don't get the same answer. You get it in a different form. You get it in a different way.
Wow. Okay.
Mark has a comment. He says, appearing before Congress, he was forced to ask Chat, and this is talking about the gentleman from Chat GPT. Appearing before Congress, he was forced to ask challenging questions, forced to answer, or maybe you meant answer, challenging questions like, what is an app? What do you mean by chat? What is intelligence and why is it artificial? I'm like, we are not, this was not good.
We were there building vocabulary before
You're
we could
trying to
even.
say that they don't, those old
Congress,
men don't know anything in
look,
Congress.
But they're supposed to have assistants that do.
they were in the back seats. I saw the younger people were sitting in the back on their device.
Yes, I was going to tell you that every Congress person or member of Congress has a staff, and what are on those staff? Young interns, Gen Zs, who give them, they go to Gen Z and say, "Hey, what is this lemonade?" Gen Z tells them what it is. They don't know. You think these old guys are? Let me get on lemonade. Let me get on tech. No, they use their phone for phone calls. And some of them might text.
This was during what, just, the little glimpse that I saw from the news clip.
Mm-hmm.
They were asking questions and the young people in the back was doing something else. Like
they were playing the video game.
They was doing, I was like, oh.
Because they probably already told them, we don't need you. We got this.
Because see these interns are working in the office to get, government or whatever experience. So they're writing the brief. They're doing the research. They're giving the senator, okay, the senator's not going and reading and investigating and research. That's what the interns are for. They have several of those. They have a staff. They have people that, tell this person, go and do the research and put it in a brief and bring it to the, the congressman before they go and talk to Sam Altman. They're not doing the research. They don't know. They just read what's on the paper.
Right. And except for when they take a notion to ask their own question, like, what do you mean?
Yes, some of the senators do know a little bit. I think the lady that has the whiteboard and another lady, this is from the TikTok one, and I'm trying to remember. I can't remember their names. I'm sorry, but they sounded like they did the research themselves. But most of them are like, they just read what's on the paper.
Or at least they listened to their intern.
Yes, they listen to it. Some of them do their own research. Some of them listen to the interns. Brief. That's why they're there. They should be the smart ones, I hope. And then you have the other ones that, they're like, they don't care about social media, online stuff. They're old. They're 80. They don't care. They're like,
what's going to happen? This is going to be an issue if they're trying to put some regulations in place.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be way down the road when they're trying to throw that rodeo. What is that thing? The lasso? They're trying to throw the lasso on the horse. The horse has been gone a long time ago. The horse has become a train. And they're still back over here trying to do something.
Which is pretty standard for government.
Yep, that I was going to say that. Thank you, Charlene. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Like, and you're screaming, do something about this.
Sorry to bust y'all's bubble, but if you think the government has the top this, that, and the other as far as technology, they don't. Certain offices do. Like, I'm pretty sure CIA and all those guys have, top, because that's their intelligence. Anything that's not intelligence or security.
It's like when we were working for the Employment Development Department before somebody got in there and ripped off millions of dollars during the pandemic.
Yeah,
we were saying this is not secure. All the employees, help us, give us real equipment.
I know firsthand because I'm telling you, when I got to the EPA and because I came from private industry where I had the top of the line, whatever I wanted technology wise, I just, I got it. And then I moved to government. It was like, well, why are you guys still on what?
Okay.
What?
And why are we confined to Internet Explorer?
Can I get you got to put in like this request and this, that, and that person got a rubber stamp and red stamp. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, I'm not liking this, you guys. You guys are like 2 or 3 Windows version back. And this is the government. This was the EPA. I'm thinking like, okay, but that's how it goes. So if you think that these guys outside of intelligence and security have the latest technology and this and like on TV with the biometrics and the Mission Impossible,
it's not happening.
It's not happening.
That's TV. Happening. That's a
TV.
Movie.
What is it? NCIS or one of those shows? All that stuff that
It's not happening.
That's Hollywood.
Mm-mm.
That's Hollywood.
Mark.
Yeah, exactly. That's about it, Mark.
That's
The
it.
government has now upgraded to Windows 98.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The
I
only
I,
thing,
I don't know what they did about Internet Explorer because that was what they were using.
yep, yep. But the one thing the government will do, as far as what I know, is they will keep a hard drive because they got that for you. That's Freedom of Information Act. So that means that if we request information that's on a government device, they got it somewhere for you. You have to
Well,
put in a request and this and that.
and let's get real about the paperless thing, TJ.
In triplicate.
It, even though we went supposedly digital, they still got all these file cabinets of paper. I'm like, well, what happened
Yeah.
to paperless? 30
Yeah.
years
So,
ago, we were supposed to go paperless.
Do you remember what was that they were saying the Secret Service texts were deleted or something and couldn't be retrieved? Was that last summer? I said lies. Everything is stored.
On
Everything
paper. So
by law.
It's in one of them white
yes,
banker
By
boxes.
law.
exactly.
A government agency device must be backed up and kept.
And it
By
is,
law.
and somebody is doing their job.
So I was like, lies, everything everywhere is stored somewhere. It's kept because of FOIA. So, and then it came out a few months later that, oh, they got the Secret Service text. Remember that? I was like, yeah, duh. There's a backup of the backup. I've seen it all. So just a little government talk. But yeah, they, Congress is doing what it's doing. So, but we got to keep rolling.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna keep rolling to YouTube. YouTube has done, they've added a couple things. They've added new shorts and revenue analytics tools in YouTube Studio. Now, YouTube Studio, if you have a channel, a YouTube channel, there is an app called YouTube Studio. I suggest you install it if you have it. If you have a channel, a YouTube channel, and inside of the when you're on the browser and you go into your channel itself, channel settings, there is a studio. So that is where you get analytics about your videos and watch time and all that other stuff. So in YouTube Studio, so they're rolling out a new analytics card in YouTube Studio, which will show you the content formats that your viewers are engaging with most frequently in the app. YouTube is also adding a new scrubber on shorts clips. A scrubber is the little bar that you can, with your finger or your mouse, you can, fast forward and back and forth through a video. That's a scrubber. They're also adding, okay, so I have that double. See, so something happened when I copied and pasted. Everything is in here double. YouTube is also adding more insight into the revenue breakdown screen in YouTube Studio to provide more insight into where your channel income is coming from. This is important because there's a lot of data in your YouTube Studio and analytics, but if you go into each thing, it's broken down by, like, if you want to know where a subscriber came from. Did they come from your channel, or did they come from YouTube, the main page, or did they come from search? All of that stuff is in there. And if you get a chance, get in there and do a deep dive, because it tells you, it can help you when you're making more content for YouTube, like where they're coming from. So if they're coming from YouTube search mostly, that's your key to SEO keywords, because they're coming from search. They're putting in things, they're typing in things to look at. So if you investigate that'll help you with, okay, if they're using YouTube search more than subscribers or more from the homepage, that means I got to keep up with my SEO keyword optimization for my videos. So that's just one of the things. There's tons of things in the studio. So if you haven't looked at it, I suggest you look at it. And let me see. On the phone, it's really handy. So you have to install it separately. And it's YouTube Studio. So when I go into mine, it has the name of my channel, number of subscribers, channel analytics for the last 28 days. It shows the latest published content, which is the last thing that I published to my channel. It gives me analytics on that one thing. It shows me ranking by views, average percentages, views, likes. And then it goes into the top 3 things on my channel. It also shows me the comments. Now, if I wanted to do a deep dive into the last thing I posted, all I have to do is tap it, and then it goes into a page, and it tells me video performance, ranking by views, number of views, typical views, average percentage views, typical average percentage views, likes, typical likes. And then there's another button where I can even go even further. So the one thing about YouTube analytics, they will give it, it's very comprehensive. It's broken down by audience, by where they come. There's so much stuff in there. I know it can be overwhelmed, but if you use the Studio app, it's real easy. Just go in and just get a glance at, okay, what video is performing now? What's my top performing video? Boom, it's right there. And if you want to go into a deeper dive into the data, you can tap on the button and it goes in, and it does a breakdown of everything. So YouTube is good for that. I love that, because if you don't know what the data is saying, what are the numbers saying, you're just making content into the air. This helps you target your audience, because you know where they're coming from, how much they're watching, where they're leaving. All of that stuff is fascinating to me. I know, some people like it's too much numbers. I'm like, I love it. So if you ever get a chance, install the YouTube Studio on your phone for easy access, or just go to your, you go to your channel and you find YouTube Studio. Okay, so one more from YouTube. YouTube is bringing unskippable 30-second ads to stream. So these longer commercials will appear in place of 2 consecutive 15-second ads. This is when you watch YouTube on your TV, not your device.
Oh, okay.
TV only. TV only. So YouTube will soon add 30-second unskippable ads to top performing content watched on connected TVs. So, if you've got a smart TV, it has if you go to Roku, there's a YouTube app. If you go to Apple, there's a YouTube app. You can watch YouTube on your big screen. So they're saying viewers will see a single 30-second ad instead of 2 consecutive 15-second ads. So there will be this is available to advertisers in YouTube Select. And YouTube will also show ads when you pause the video. Now I do this a lot. So I'm watching the TV, I hit the pause, and then it just pauses the video. So now they're saying that you're going to see another screen. But it'll pause, but it'll show an ad on that. So they're saying this similar to the pause ad feature rolled out by Hulu and has been it's called Pause Experiences by YouTube. YouTube's pause ad will appear as a banner around the video and can be removed by selecting the dismiss button. So YouTube knows that people are tuning into YouTube on the biggest screen in their home. This is a quote from them. Viewers, especially young viewers, no longer make a distinction between the kind of content they're watching. So they're saying Gen Z don't care, which is true. They're like, whatever, just give me my stuff when I want it. So that's when on TV. Okay, watching YouTube on your TV. So that's what's happening with YouTube. All right. Twitter, we don't spend time with Twitter. Twitter has confirmed that Twitter Blue subscribers can now upload videos up to 2 hours long in the app. Big whoop. There's a study came out from Pew Research Center. It says 60% of U.S. Twitter users have taken a break from the platform in the past year. And they're saying that they did a survey of U.S. adults, which they did in March, said that a majority of U.S. adult Twitter users, or 60%, said they have taken a break from Twitter for a period of several weeks or more over the past year. Also, there was another thing that said that 20% of Twitter's daily active users actually tweet. The rest are lurkers. Like they don't tweet, they just go in and see and look and read what other people say. So that's what's going on with Twitter. There's some other things, but I was like, who cares? That's my opinion. Now, if you want to use Twitter, go ahead. But it's the car and Thelma Louise. I've said it several times. All right, Instagram. Instagram adds gifts and comments. I tried this today on a post. It was pretty good. So you can go in when you want to comment on someone's Instagram post, instead of typing something and I
Yes.
don't know what to say. Now you can use a GIF or a GIF, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it GIF. So it's from Giphy, and what you can do, it allows you to comment on a post or something someone else said, which is a comment in the comments. You can respond with a GIF from Giphy. Okay. Also, Instagram is testing lyrics in Reels. So there's going to be a lyric option in Reels. Also, Instagram is adding broadcast channel guests. So remember, they have that broadcast channel feature where you get to post things in a private channel. People have to join and only you post. No one can respond. Like, you can put updates, you can put polls, you can say, hey, I got a special deal going on only this week, and you put it in the special channel, which your followers can join, and it's on your profile once you get access to it. I haven't seen it. It's probably, you have to probably have a certain number of followers. They haven't announced that number, but I've seen a lot of people that I follow that have over 10K and above. They have access to it. So they're adding guests, so you can invite somebody to come to your broadcast channel and post. So that option will be there. So here's the quote from Meta. Collaborators make broadcast channels more fun and informative for fans, whether the conversations are expert interviews, guest Q&As, or even a casual chat among friends. Once a creator adds another participant, they can post new messages, including via text and voice notes, as well as through photos and links. So this is a way for you to ask somebody to be, come into my channel and post something that, my followers would want. And see, remember, the broadcast channels, if you're receiving the messages, you can't respond. There's no comment box. You can only receive what they're giving out. So this is a way to promote fellow creators or experts and have people come over. Also grow your following, because those people that they have following them will be a part of the conversation too. So they might follow you. All right, Facebook. Oh, this is Meta. Facebook Meta is, same thing. So Meta is adding new lead generation tools on Facebook. And so they're putting these lead generation form updates that will make it easier for users to connect with businesses via simplified automated info sharing process tools and processes. And here's the quote from Meta. Starting in the United States, the UK, Canada, and India, select advertisers on Facebook will be able to better engage people through various features that make it easy to find, apply, and manage deals that are relevant to them, such as seasonal sales, first-time purchase discounts, and holiday promotions. So they're adding this tool in, and there was a screenshot, and I'm trying to see where in the screenshot. Oh, I see now. So it'll be it looks like a regular ad, and then there's a button that says shop now, and when you go to it, it goes to the item and shows a special deal, and I guess you buy it through there. Also, in your notification, it sends a notification listed in your notifications on Facebook. And here's an example. It says 15% off discount from Wind and Wool is still available. So if you're doing that kind of thing as an advertiser, it will show up in the notifications as a sale, depending on how you write it. Also, they're doing something called education. There's an education center where you can ask questions such as, what degree are you this was like for a school. You can have things where you have people ask answer polls and answer questions. And this is all in the lead generation section. As again, like I said, my notes, I don't know why my notes got messed up. So they also have something called overlay instant forms on the business page websites within Facebook's in-app browser. So if a user taps through a link from Facebook, you can have a feedback form from Facebook on your own site. So they're doing all these things to, to get things happening with users and have interaction. So the more things that people that follow you tap on and do, that's going to, that makes it better for you as far as Meta seeing the engagement. So if you're just posting things and nobody's making comments or anything, Meta doesn't like that. So they're putting all these things in here, these tools that you can use to say, hey, tap on this and get a discount. Tap on that and find out more information about my business. So this is a good thing. So it's under, and where do you find it? I thought I had it here. So new lead generation tools on Facebook. I will put a link in the comments later because I don't have the link. Okay. I don't know what happened to my notes. Everything is like posted, pasted in different ways. Also, Meta adds new educational and insight elements to its professional dashboard for creators. So you know that professional dashboard, and I believe it is in Instagram, and you have to turn on professional mode, or you have to convert to the new page experience. Now, this is the thing. Facebook keeps messing it up. When you go to look at your pages, it keeps jumping and saying, oh, you have the new page experience. It's messy. So it's like some new view that they have for Facebook pages. So you'll be able to get a range of new guides, educational courses, improved analytics, and more. So what's going on with this is that Meta has something called blueprint courses, where you could go to Meta and learn different things about running your business page. So now what they did was they took that and put it inside the professional dashboard. So see, if you use Meta's business suite, there's a lot of stuff in there and they keep moving the stuff around. And I'm getting frustrated with them. So now they're putting stuff from blueprint courses into that. So you'll have a place to have educational topic modules, what they're calling. So you'll learn how to improve your own platform performance within the feature. So Meta messes it up. I'm just saying it's really messy. And the way they explain everything they have is confusing. So if you're interested in that, go to your Meta Business Suite and look in the professional dashboard, and you might be able to see this also on Instagram, because there's a professional Let me look real quick. There's a professional dashboard in your Instagram. But Meta is confusing because they always move it around, and it's I hate them for that. Yeah. So if you go to your profile on Instagram, there's a professional dashboard. That's where all your account insights, your analytics and stuff for your posts and your profile. Ad tools are there, branded content tools and different things. And so it's a mishmash. And I don't think Meta knows what it's doing. So they threw that in the professional dashboard. So if you can find it, let us know. All right. I think
you said you can find it.
I've seen that complaint a lot in a lot of the business group that I'm in is Facebook. They're mad because Meta keeps switching the page experience. They keep switching it to now where if you have several pages, you can switch between your profile, your personal profile, and the page, and then it keeps jumping back and forth. It is not a good experience. So now, did we talk about TikTok?
No.
All right, so that's the last thing. Let's get to TikTok. All right. So one thing TikTok has added before we get to the Montana ban, TikTok has added something called business discovery elements. They have a new in-app prompt. The prompt goes when you post something, it wants you to add a location and then share your experience with brick and mortar stores in the app. So they want you to add a location. I'm like, this is crazy.
It's a check-in feature like they have on Facebook.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is. That's what I was trying to figure out what it was. I'm like, that's kind of stupid. But they've added it in. So they want you to add, they're trying to get more users to add a location to their post by luring them with potentially more reach for their clips if they do. So it's a prompt that comes into TikTok when you're making a post that you can, have it be a business location, like Fran said, a check-in thing, and then it alerts their friends that they're at your business. It doesn't sound good to me, but TikTok is on
I think the problem is they need a geolocator because they're trying to restrict access within their state.
No, this has nothing to do with the ban. This is with
Okay.
in-app. This is in-app prompts.
Oh,
In-app prompts. They prompt users to add a location, share the experience when they're at a store.
okay.
So they can spy on you and find out what you
Right. So and like Fran said, this is the check-in thing for Facebook when you go to some and people. I don't think does anybody check in anymore. When
I've seen people so and so just
still
checked
do it?
in. I was like, okay.
To see what happens if you say you go to Baskin Robbins and you check in, it alerts your followers that you're at Baskin Robbins.
And like, why would we want to do this? Okay.
I don't know. So, but that's in TikTok, and they
Ready goes. I don't know.
they're calling it business discovery element. So, so now let's get to the big story with TikTok. Montana is the first state to ban TikTok. The law will take effect January 2024 unless TikTok is sold or a court blocks the rule. Now, the governor of Montana has signed a bill banning TikTok within the state. The bill is SB 419, prohibits TikTok from operating within the territorial jurisdiction of Montana and demands that mobile app stores make the app unavailable for Montana residents. So this is what the governor Gian Forte or whatever his name is, he tweeted this out. He said to protect Montanans' personal and private data from the Chinese Communist Party, I have banned TikTok in Montana. They say that TikTok may not operate within the territorial jurisdiction of Montana. Mobile app stores may not offer the option to download the TikTok mobile application. They're saying that no penalties will apply to users of TikTok. But app store operators and TikTok itself could face fines of $10,000 per violation per day, with an individual violation defined as each time that a user accesses TikTok is offered the ability to access TikTok or offered the ability to download TikTok. So anytime they go and it says, "Oh, do you want to download?" That's a violation. Now, how they're tracking this, I don't know. So this is what's going on with Montana. So in response to that, there is a group of 5 TikTok creators. They're suing Montana's attorney general over the statewide ban. So they're taking the government of Montana to court. So now the ban is not going to be placed until next year, January 2024. But until then, long time, there's going to be a lot of legal battles, going to court to stop this and that. I saw a news story this morning that was saying business people were upset. Well, not business people. Let's say influencers are upset because this is how they make money and this is how they make a living and how they're going to live. Well, how did you live before TikTok?
I was getting ready to say, what was you doing in 2016? Because it wasn't a thing, people.
Right. So, and remember, we talked about this before. There was a news story, and the lady that owns a bakery, business, and she was saying, "Oh, this is going to stop her business." How? There's other apps. There's other places. If you have a brick and mortar, run an ad on the radio station or the newspaper. They'll go back to what it was, like Fran said, before 2016.
And so you're gonna sell out the country so you can do whatever you want to do.
They don't care.
Where are you going to do it after the country is gone?
Influencers don't care because they're making money. This was the cry that we're making money on TikTok.
People. Five people.
Yeah. So I didn't look at at details of that. I'm going to see who are the 5 people. So, and what are they doing? But that's the rallying cry from TikTok influencers and creators that this is how they make their money. They can't make a living, so they can't ban it because what did they say? First Amendment?
No, don't go there because no.
So they're throwing out, oh, this First Amendment and the government is suppressing them and they can't make money. How are they going to make a living? How will I live if I can't be on TikTok and sell whatever they're selling? The same way that people go on to Instagram, and if they have a Shopify store or whatever, they're selling on Instagram. So those people are good. What is it special about TikTok that they can't get off of TikTok? Like, are you stuck like fly paper to TikTok? Like, you can't separate yourself and go to YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, LinkedIn, or wherever.
And what will happen when it goes away from the App Store, not just for Montana, but for everybody?
Right. So see what they're doing in Montana is again, it's not a ban. It has to be taken out of the store. So that means on the phone, when you go and you already have it installed and you go to update it, there's no update. So an app has to be updated for security reasons, right? To be on your phone, right? And then we say earlier about there's an app on your phone and it can see what the other data on the other app. Hey, what you doing over there, Instagram? Let me see your data.
Yep. And that's why TikTok is not on my phone.
So your TikTok isn't updated, but everything else is. Your banking app is on your phone. Your financial whatever is on your phone. Your health information is on your phone. Personal information is on your phone. TikTok is still there because you can't tear yourself away and you decide, oh, I'm going to keep it and keep using it, but it's not being updated. So I don't want to hear any crying about, oh, something happened and somebody wiped out your bank account. How did they do that? Because you had an old version of TikTok on your phone because it's not being updated because you live in Montana because there's a ban. Okay? Nobody better come crying about somebody wiped out their financial this and that because they would not stop using TikTok. But here's the key. You can get TikTok on the desktop. So there's talk of people getting VPNs, which is virtual private network, which allows you to connect as another country. Okay.
And they doing a lot.
So a lot of people outside of the United States use VPNs in order to get stuff like Netflix and things that are in America. So they use a VPN to spoof and tell the servers that the IP address is in the United States, which is really not. It's in Budapest or Belgium or wherever they are, the UK or whatever.
You got to be really, really
serious.
That's what I'm saying. What is it about TikTok that these people are going to these outrageous lands? Oh, I'm just going to use a VPN. And you can put a VPN on your phone also, but I want to see how that works as far as like the App Store.
Other people come on in and look at your stuff.
They don't care. It's something about, I got to keep my TikTok because that's how I make a living, or I'm addicted to TikTok. I'm addicted to the videos. So I'm going to get a VPN and I'm going to spoof my IP address to say that I'm from one of the other states. They don't have to do with the other countries. They can just say if they live in Montana, they can use the VPN and say they're from New York, California, wherever, and then they're going to get access. So I want to see how that plays out. That's the interesting part of it once they take it out of the App Store. Because see, the thing is, it won't be removed from their phone unless the person, the user, deletes it. And a lot of people won't delete it. It just won't be updated, which is the security thing that I was talking about. Right. Then they're going to use their computer, go to Chrome or Firefox or whatever, fire up their VPN and get access to TikTok that way. So it's interesting to see. What do you guys think about the Montana ban?
Wow. I don't know how they're going to enforce it. I just... Who's going to be the police?
True.
You know what I mean?
True. It's interesting. Well, and I said this at the beginning when we started talking about a TikTok ban. This is a long road. We're still on the long road, and we don't know where we are going to end up. Montana is the test bed of what happens if TikTok gets banned. So I'm interested. This is very interesting. So we shall see. We shall see. Okay. And that's social media news update for this week.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we'll be back next week with more. We gave you so much to peruse. Thank you for tuning in live and on the replay. Once again, we will be back next Friday. TJ will be back on Tuesday giving us some more digital marketing tips and tools and strategies, everything that you need to help your business thrive. And I think that's it.
Well, thank you, TJ, because it was phenomenal.
You're welcome. Oh, also let me mention this. We're having
yes.
Build Your Brand with AI workshop on Thursday
At 9 at that is at 10 a.m.
Right. And if you're in the Discord, you get something special. And if you're not in the Discord, you're gonna have to go to terryjohnsononline.com/info to register. So that's gonna be coming up Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday. So you can. I've done posts on Instagram. I've done posts on LinkedIn, on Facebook. So wherever you follow me, just go in and there'll be a link. We're gonna have a good time.
Sounds good. I'm in your Discord, so I'll be over there.
So there's a lot of stuff about AI. So this is going to be about GPT, generative AI text tools, text prompts. I'm not even touching the image stuff. That's we'll be here all day if we got to do all that. So we're going to talk about ChatGPT, Bard, and Bing, and how to easily get what you need from the tools. Because I see people that put in they put paragraphs of prompts. Oh, act as this and do this and do this. And I'm like, you don't have to do all that. 1 or 2 words, a phrase gets you what you want. And also, I'm going to show you how to get text out of it, how to get content out of it that doesn't sound like anybody else. Because this is one of the things about chat, especially with ChatGPT. And I see, okay, here's the thing. Is it Jai Morant? Is that his name? And he plays for, I forgot what team.
The Memphis Grizzlies.
Yes, the Memphis Grizzlies. So he was in the news this week because he did something with the gun somewhere and he was told before. But what the outrage is, or the funny or whatever, is he put an apology on Twitter, on social media. It was ChatGPT, straight copied from ChatGPT.
The newest apology.
The newest apology.
Oh snap!
Well, and everybody called them out on it because you could tell, and 2 people went to ChatGPT and did it, and it came out exactly as he said on his statement of apology.
Bless his heart.
That is immature.
You can use ChatGPT to do things, but you gotta train it. You gotta tease it to give you what you want in your style. Nothing wrong with using ChatGPT. He copied and pasted. Straight up. 1, it didn't sound like him. 2, everybody we could recognize it now in the wild. I like to say you can recognize when somebody's done that. So we want to talk about how to use the tool to get what you need and not have it sound like everybody else. If you get what I'm saying.
Yes. How to use the tool effectively.
Right. We want to use ChatGPT and all these other tools, GPT tools, but you want to learn the tricks of how to get something that sounds like you. That's the key. You want the text, the content that sound like you. And there's lots of things we could do with it. So I'm going to try to get as much. It's only an hour. I can't put everything in there. I'm going to try, because I got to leave time for questions. So bring your questions, because we really want to do hands-on work. That's why it's a workshop. It's not a webinar. It's a workshop. Like, okay, you asked me this. I'm going, oh, let's do that. And you're going to see in real time. So that's what it's going to be. So I hope to see everybody there.
All right.
The time.
Well, we've got to run. So thank you all. Become a part of the BizChicks community. Just go to bizchicks.net. and you'll be able to get in, or you can text Biz to 33777. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
All right, everyone. Remember, it's okay. Go. Make money in your business.
Yep.
Bye-bye.